if you want to talk about well-managed football, you could talk about the 2017 draft and the Kansas City Chiefs trading up to get Patrick Mahomes at the number 10 pick. That's well-managed football.
All right, great, Jerry. I love that you're bringing these fire transitions. All right, Pat Mahomes recently. I already know what to do when you do that. It's like up, lob, finish. Okay, so basically, for anyone that doesn't know, the largest contract in sports history, 10 years, $503 million on the line, $477 million of those dollars are guaranteed through some sort of a system, and if it's not met, Pat Mahomes has an option to, I think it's
Get out.
escape the contract. Right. So biggest contract in sports history, biggest contract obviously a quarterback has ever signed.
And first time ever that an NFL player has been the highest paid player in American sports. It usually goes to baseball players or basketball players.
Yeah.
Now,
so
Patrick Mahomes owns that title for the time being until like Mookie Betts or somebody goes out and gets his $500 million deal. But
so this is really just a groundbreaking deal. I think the ball is 100% in Pat Mahomes' court right now. The only issue I have with this entire deal is how the Chiefs are going to handle the cap and signing other players.
I think it's somewhat attached to the salary cap too, like percentage wise. Like they're projecting it's going to come out to 10 years, 500 mil, but I think he in the end gets like a portion of this, like I thought I saw something somewhere where it's like he gets like this percent of the salary cap.
I think so. I think it's
to be worth 500 million.
Are you talking about the team's cap?
1,000% wrong though. I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
No. I remember. I think I remember hearing something about that he eats up a considerable amount. I know the percentage. I just can't think of it off top of the team's salary cap. And he keeps like through the 10 years, he eats up more and more and more. Because I checked the salary page for NFL, and oh boy. So my only real issue with this is that most of the star talent that isn't Pat Mahomes on that team, their contracts expire and they go into free agency in 2022 or 2021. I don't know what the Chiefs are going to do after that with as little money as they. Well, I mean, I don't want to say they have not a laughable amount of money after that, but it's going to be significantly harder to sign talent after that with how much money they're paying this guy.
Well, my thing is when you look at Mahomes, it's like, what else does he have to prove? He's won an MVP. He's thrown 50 touchdowns in a season. He's won a Super Bowl. He's signed this mega deal. So now what's next? And the answer is very clear. He's got like the only thing he has left to do at age 24, 25, 2 years in his starting career, 3 years total in his career. The only thing he has left to do is catch Brady, right?
Yeah.
I question as to whether or not, and again, I'm not blaming Mahomes on signing this deal because when the Chiefs push you, literally probably just gave him a blank check and said, write down whatever you want on it. That seems to be what happened here.
Yeah.
Where, like, how are you, like, how are they going to spend the rest of the money? Kind of what you're saying, like, these contracts are going to expire in a few years. And, when Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, I mean, they're in the prime of their career, but wide receivers and tight ends don't last as long as quarterbacks do. They're going to be on the downside within a couple of years. They drafted Mecole Hardman last year. They drafted running back this year. So offensively, they should be fine for, to embrace those blows in a few years. But like, Kelce and Hill are both among the best of their position. When they go down and 100%. These guys step up, but like, are you going to have to continue to just hope you nail every single draft pick? Because they've done a great job at the last few years. But at some point, you miss one, you miss two. Like even the Patriots miss draft picks every once in a while. Yeah. So the one thing that made the Patriots dynasty so strong and so sustainable is that nobody, including Tom Brady, ever took contracts like these. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing for players to take contracts like these, but the reason that Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls and the reason that Tom Brady always had great players around him is because Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So, the reason that he was able to have Randy Moss and Wes Welker and Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman and every star player other than that around him was because he was never making that much money.
Right. You're right. I wanted to take a look at this too in the eyes of like the quarterback or switching the view towards the quarterback, right? When you have a guy like Pat Mahomes, who is definitely, like you said, worth the $500 million, you might not nail every draft class. And I'm going to play devil's advocate to myself for a second here. He might, if you're the Pats, if you're the Chiefs organization, you might not be able to nail every single draft class, but if you have a guy like Pat Mahomes that's tossing the football, you might not need to. That being said, it's going to be harder when you have a lot of teams in the NFL that are talented all around. You know what I'm saying? They have wide receiver threats. They have really good defenses. They have other great quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. Does Pat Mahomes sticking around till he's 35, which is another kind of problem I had? He's going to be pretty old by the time his contract expires.
Yeah,
10
but
years.
35 for a quarterback isn't what it used to be. I mean, Brady's still playing at a high. I mean, a lot of the better quarterbacks in the league are up there in age. I mean, I'm
That's
like
true
age
too.
for a quarterback, like because of all the rules now, like you can last in your late 30s, early 40s. Like the Tom Brady model is going to become the norm. Like he's the first guy to be able to play it to this level in his 40s,
Yeah.
but like Drew Brees is doing it, Aaron Rodgers will do it, Patrick Mahomes will do it. Like if you're not running around like Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson, if you're like able to kind of keep yourself from getting hit, I mean, Mahomes can move out of the pocket, but obviously his number one thing is that he's a great passer and he's pretty smart. I mean, he did get injured this year, but overall he's pretty smart about taking hits. I think he's going to be one of these guys that's going to last like well into his 30s.
Well, that's also another thing too, is the intangibles that come with this contract. Say he gets injured, like say something terrible happens to him and he can't play. Like, what does that entail? That's literally the only thing I have. The only problem I have with this contract is just the intangibles and wherever else they're going to allot their funds. That's it. That's
It's something they had to do though. Both sides had to do it because Patrick Mahomes, you're stupid for turning down a contract like this. And for the Chiefs, you're stupid to think somebody else isn't going to offer this. And you're also stupid to think that you're going to get somebody better than this guy. He's undeniably the best quarterback in the league right now. He's undeniably the face of the league right now. He's undeniably the best player across all of football right now. If you ask any team if they wanted one player, it would be Patrick Mahomes without a doubt. But that being said, like I mean, we're nitpicking here because, you have to find a negative somewhere. Like that's what we have to do here. But like in reality, it's something both sides had to do. It was something I was happy to see. Like I don't want like, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to be stuck in this Dak Prescott, like, contract negotiation. He got his money. He's well worth the money. He's like the only guy worth that money. Dak Prescott is not worth that money. Dak Prescott thinks he's going to up the Mahomes contract. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Mike Trout's contract in baseball. It's probably a contract that won't be,
matched for a while, you think?
With for a while. Yeah. And rightfully so, because both Mike Trout and Pat Mahomes are well above the rest.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing his contract. Well, I guess I am, but I'm not saying he's not worth the money, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying that
it's just like, all right, well, now what are you going to do with the rest of it?
Right. There's some caveats that come with it. Yeah. I think it was something crazy, like 25% or 50% of the total. It must have been 25.
I'd say closer to 25.
Yeah, 25%.
He's making what, like $40-something million a year? Like that's
that's sizable. That's sizable. That's like probably what Dak's gonna get over the course of a certain amount of years.
I think Dak will sniff 40, but I don't think he's gonna get like mid 40s like Mahomes.
No, I mean because he's not worth it.
Dak Prescott's like an above. Dak Prescott's a good enough quarterback to win, but to win you games and get you into the playoffs, but you need to have the right pieces around you. Like he's not Patrick Mahomes, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. Like he's
also had talent around him and he hasn't been able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean Dak Prescott's a fine quarterback. Like if he's your quarterback, you're in an okay spot. Like, you don't
bang average.
Yeah, you don't have like, I don't know, like Brian Hoyer or something like there. Like you're good. You're fine. You're solid B minus.
A solid B minus.
Just above average.
Okay. Well, I guess if we talking quarterbacks, we can get into Cam Newton to the Patriots. Gerry, since you're the Patriots fan of this podcast, I will allow you the first take on this subject. Go ahead.
I said at the beginning of the offseason, I have multiple people that listen to this podcast that can quote me. I wanted 3 possible starting quarterbacks at the beginning of the season. I wouldn't have taken anybody but these 3. Teddy Bridgewater, not here. Jarrett Stidham is here. Cam Newton is here. I didn't want Phillip Rivers. I didn't want Jameis Winston. I didn't want Andy Dalton. I didn't want any of these guys. I wanted Teddy Bridgewater, Jarrett Stidham, or Cam Newton. I got 2 of the 3, so I'm fine with it.
And you got Cam Newton on a budget.
Yeah.
You got him on a
So
deal.
so it's a low risk, high reward deal. Like if he
Yeah.
plays well, like he's gonna hit those incentives, which is fine.
Right.
And if he plays well, you have a former MVP at quarterback to replace Tom Brady. I mean, obviously, you'd probably rather Tom Brady than Cam Newton, but in the
Cam
end,
Newton's great though.
and if Cam Newton, I mean, be honest here, Cam Newton, though, when Cam Newton has played, which last year really didn't happen, and the year before it did, when Cam Newton has played, he has not been healthy and he has not been good the last 2 or 3 years. He has not been good. The Panthers haven't been good. Like, he hasn't been good. The Cam Newton that won the MVP in 2015 is not the Cam Newton that the Patriots signed a couple weeks ago. That being said, you can't lose from this deal. Like,
Also, we don't know what he's capable of yet. This could be
yeah,
a completely different Cam Newton.
you spent zero money, so who cares? If
This is the most Bill
cut him.
Belichick signing on the planet. That's such a Bill Belichick thing to do, to figure out a way to just like.
It's the same thing with Antonio Brown. It made so much sense. It was like unbelievable. That being said, everybody that is handing the starting job to Cam Newton, you like the way the Patriots like rave about Jarrett Stidham, like you would have think they drafted him in the top 10. Like,
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask
he
you.
has a legit chance. Like, I hate when people that don't pay attention say that Cam Newton is undeniably. Cam Newton probably will start week 1. He probably will. That being said, there is a quarterback competition. Jarrett Stidham
Right.
did not just roll over and die. Like, he still will be competing for the starting job. And if Cam Newton beats him out, great. And if Jarrett Stidham beats him out, great. I would rather the best quarterback in the end, but I don't know who's better. If Cam Newton is healthy, it's going to be Cam Newton. But if Cam Newton plays like he has the last 2 years, it's not going to be Cam Newton. It's that simple.
Well, also, I think
Stidham will be here longer than Cam Newton. So if Jarrett Stidham is as good, if not better than Cam Newton, Bill Belichick will go with Jarrett Stidham because it's best for now and it's best for the future.
Well, that's what I also wanted to ask is, do you, as Bill Belichick, start Stidham and play maybe necessarily? I mean, I know a lot of people have been heaping praise on him, but he's still a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie quarterback. He doesn't have a lot of experience. What's that?
First year starter.
First year starter, right. He doesn't have a lot of experience on the field, right? Do you start him and play the long game and let him get experience, or do you play Cam? Now, obviously, most would say you play Cam because you're in a division, or you're in a division where it's not necessarily.
It's winnable.
It's winnable. I don't want to say it's not competition, because at the end of the day, it's still professional.
The Patriots are winnable.
Right. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're still in the mix there. So do you start Cam Newton, or do you see what Jarrett Stidham can do? Like you said, I think you start Cam Newton week 1. That's a testing week. You feel out the waters, and then you just take it from there. I have full.
I say whoever starts week 1 is going to be the guy going forward. I don't think it's a start Cam and test the waters. I think whoever starts week 1 is the better quarterback. Everybody that thinks the Patriots are tanking, they're not. Like, they're
I didn't
not
say they were tanking.
They won.
Don't get me wrong.
No, I know. I'm not saying you did, but there's a lot of people out there. They won 12 games last year with a bad offense. Like,
well, that's always been that's always been the whole shtick around the Patriots. Remember, we were talking about that on radio. It's like they'll win one week and they'll be the most dominant team in their conference, and then the next week it's like, is the dynasty over? That's how it always been.
They won 12 games. They should have won 13. They blew a game in Miami. They blew a game at home against Miami that they should have won. They'd win that game 99 times out of 100, and they lost the one time. If they won that game against Miami, they're 13-3, and Kansas City is the one playing on Wild Card Weekend, and then the one coming to Gillette. And it's tough to win in Gillette in the playoffs. So if the Patriots win that game in Miami, who knows where we are right against Miami? Who knows where we are right now? But you can't play the what-if game all day. But the point is, the Patriots were not bad last year. They didn't have a good offense. Tom Brady, it was not his fault, but in years past, Tom Brady would have been able to get through that. He is not the same Tom Brady he was, which Tampa will be a good fit because he has guys around him. But in the past, he would have been able to get through it. He wasn't. So how much of a downgrade is it from Tom Brady to Cam Newton or Jarrett Stidham, when in reality your defense was winning you games last year anyways, and you get a lot of the same pieces returning. You get Gilmore, who's probably one of, if not the best defensive players in the NFL, along with Aaron Donald. You get Hightower, your captain, your linebacker. You get McCourty, who's the leader, and your safety. Like, you're still returning your pieces. The Patriots are a good team. They're not tanking. So if Jarrett Stidham starts week 1, it's not the Patriots being like, we'd rather, have him ready for 2 years from now. If Jarrett Stidham is starting week 1, it's because Jarrett Stidham is better than Cam Newton. It's not because, it's Belichick's guy or whatever. Like, if Jarrett Stidham is starting week 1, it's because he showed the Patriots that he can provide more right now to win the division and winning the playoffs right now more than Cam Newton.
I have
Like,
trust
whoever
in
starts
Bill
week
Belichick.
1 is the better quarterback. And they're
I,
both Auburn guys.
I have trust in Bill Belichick. Bill
I do
Belichick will
too.
know what to do. You know,
Though the Patriots will be good this year. Edelman will be back healthy. N'Keal Harry will be back healthy, the first-round draft pick wide receiver. They drafted 2 tight ends. Sony Michel and James White will both be back healthy. Health was a big issue for
yeah.
David Andrews, the center, will be back healthy. He didn't play 1 game last year because of blood clots. They'll be back healthy. They're getting a lot of guys back this year. I honestly think that the Patriots are right now the most overlooked team in the division in the AFC because I think a lot of people are writing them off when, they're a team that's still going to be, and if Cam Newton plays even
Let's say
to
let's just say for argument's sake that he plays like his MVP season. What happens then?
then the Patriots are up there with the Ravens and the Chiefs again. It's that simple. Even if he plays to 75% of what he used to be, it's better than Jarrett Stidham, and the Patriots will be good. And if Jarrett Stidham or Cam Newton, if Jarrett Stidham comes in, the Patriots might not be the Chiefs or the Ravens, but they'll be good. They'll be a playoff team. They'll be right there with Buffalo and Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
We'll see though.
Like second tier teams. The Patriots are still a playoff team no matter who they go with.
Well, my question will come when they hit the playoffs because then that's when you start getting with the big fish. You know what I mean? The bigger fish.